All right, everybody, welcome to SR Broadcasting. We're here tonight with SoMo Racing League's TopCityTravel.com B-Series. We're at Iowa Speedway for 145 laps. I'm here with Wingnut. What's up there, buddy?
G'day there, mate.
You out there running some laps on the track, huh?
Yeah, trying it out. I like this track. As an Australian, this stuff's pretty new to me. I'm like, this track is great. Oh my god.
I'm telling you, bro, the bumps out there are crazy, man. These guys are going to be in for a ride, man.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be at least one caution in this track. It's so fast and so short and so many bumps. One slight mistake and you're either in a wall or in a car.
Well, it should be pretty good. Right now, it looks like only 12 drivers out here tonight. A little bit of a small field. It's kind of surprising for a Wednesday night, but definitely going to be some good racing. We have, let's put up the point standings real quick, because we got a tie coming into tonight's race.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, last week Shane Papalo was leading, but he took a provisional, I believe, last week, or was it the week before? So it kind of messed him up in the points a little. And him and Joe Mitchell right now are tied with 1,019 points each. Joe's got 20 starts and 3 wins. Shane's got 19 starts and 6 wins. Right now, Shane's got the most wins in the series, too. So it should be pretty interesting. And Shane is up at the top of the leaderboard right now, too, on track. And then you got Tom Clayton sitting in third. Braden Johnson moves his way to fourth. Adam Baker is fifth. Brian Neff is sixth. Jay Felton is seventh. Lupa Gonzalez is eighth. Jeff Sharp ninth. And Ron Hollyfield rounding out the top 10 in the point standings.
Yeah, it's been some damn good races in this league right now. And last week, I think it was last week, Shane Papalo was not here, so Mitchell managed to catch back up.
Yeah, and I mean, they are tied 1,019 points each, man.
I gotta say, what a track for a tie. These guys are gonna be fighting it out. I betcha.
Oh, I gotta grab my keyboard here. The magic keyboard.
It's the magic keyboard.
Yeah, so it should be pretty good. Take a quick look here. Let's look at some stuff. Let's look at the weather here. We got partly cloudy skies, 78 on the track. 78 in the air, 79 on the track. That's pretty cool conditions right now for the night race. Take a look at the top 5. Ooh, Joe Mitchell now goes up to the top. Shane is second. Travis Wall sitting third. Adam Baker fourth. And Mike Grandy. Mike Grandy at number 12. He's been pretty strong, man. He's probably about the last month and a half. He's been showing some real speed out here.
It's been absolutely fun to watch these guys. This series has become very, very interesting to watch for sure.
Let's see.
And even with 12 cars in this track, it's going to be still far more than enough for entertainment.
Yeah, and luckily it's not so big of a track where you'll get lost. Yeah, Joe just said you got to love these tight points battles, man. I'll tell you what, these guys been going back and forth for quite a while too. They were Joe Mitchell was leading for a while. A couple months back, Joe Mitchell was up in the front. Shane Papalo was like 18 points back. Then he got it down to 16 points, and I think he was at 12 points. And I think even at one spot, if I remember right, he was down to only about like 6 points. And then he fell back a little bit. And then well, I was surprised a couple weeks back to see him that he took the lead. And then now, you know, obviously he went on vacation, so that kind of hurt him taking a provisional. But 1,019 points each, man. And how about Shane with 6 wins already in the series? That's just insane.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
So these guys, let's see, there's about a minute left. They're going to roll to qualify. We'll see if Joe can back it up and start on the pole, or Shane going to pull one out of the hat, or one of these other guys going to surprise and come up to the top.
And the difference between their lap times is going to be like in the thousands or the hundredths. This track is really short, really fast.
Got a couple different cameras here tonight too, try to remember. Got the overlay that Adam Baker designed. He sent me the ticker for it, and I kind of ran with it, threw a bunch of stuff together, threw this together. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But this is the TopCityTravel.com Iowa Speedway 145 with SoMo Racing League here on Wednesday nights in the B Series. Tomorrow night, these guys will be live on both for broadcasting at Pocono Raceway. And last night, SoMo raced at Pocono Raceway in the trucks. Man, that was a great run. And then Sunday night, the short track series at SoMo. Where were they? Southern National, man. That was a great race. 100 laps, no tires. Man, I'll tell you what, there was a lot of action on the track. All right, we should be rolling over to qualify here. Let's see who's going out first. I hear somebody out on the track.
Yeah, we got Baker, Glockner, Grandy, Papala. Yep, they're mostly going out. A few guys.
Yeah, we're riding around right now with Baker, and we'll take a lap around with him, and then we'll jump to somebody else. Then we're going to run to our anthem, which you never sent me the link for.
I did send you the link. What are you talking about?
Dude, you can't send it to me like now. You got to send it to me during the day when I can save it.
I sent it to you last time. What are you talking about?
Oh, dude. You know me, man. I got short-term memory. Oh, Adam Baker into the wall. Not going to get scored.
Yeah. That's a shame. He had a pretty good pace on that lap and just tapped the ball, gone.
Even Papala just spun out, so he's going to get back out on track. Let's see. Glockner right now up in the top. Grandy second.
Brandon Johnson got a lap in. He's been pretty fast around here.
Yeah, he's got that one win that he was looking for. So he would have been locked in the chase anyway with the points. But now with that win, he's pretty locked in. I know he wants more wins, so we'll see. He just recently switched his number to the number 3. So we'll see if that brings him any luck.
Shea Papala coming out for his lap. We'll see how he goes. Lovely Kellogg machine. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, he's got a nice paint job out there tonight.
It's the right time, though, because it's breakfast for me, so making me hungry.
But these guys with these food car paint jobs, man, ain't no good for me, bro. I sit here starving and hot.
Yeah, it's just like they're teasing, like, I know I'm hungry. Just stop mentioning it, please.
Yeah, he's got a nice new paint job out here tonight. So right now, Braden Johnson's so far holding on to that top spot. Oh, just as I say that, Shane Papala knocks him off. I see Joe Mitchell out there now. So Joe going to try a last-minute run and see if he can't knock Shane off of the top. It's going to be pretty good, too, because you're probably going to see Shane, Adam, Braden, and Joe kind of stuck together there for a while.
Yeah, there's a few guys in the middle of this field as well that definitely have really good pace to watch as well. Travis Hall's one of them. Lupe Gonzalez has some good pace.
Did Adam Baker lose connection?
I
know he had some problems last night, too.
I've not seen him drop out, so we'll see.
Because I'm not seeing his name on the board like as if it's grayed out, you know what I mean? So he might be dropping. All right, well, so far, Shane Papala holding on to that top spot. Let's see if Joe Mitchell can get it this time by, and then we're going to run to our anthem. And Joe is not going to get it. He's going to be sitting third. So we're going to run to our national anthem. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here live. We've just wrapped up qualifying. These guys are getting ready to take the grid here. We'll get the grid up in a minute once we get some of these guys on track. So right now, Shane Papala in the number 89, who is tied with the 18 of Joe Mitchell. Shane Papala is going to start on your front row here. Get another pole. He's got 6 wins. We'll see if he can make it 7. Braden Johnson with that new number 3 going to be starting second. Joe Mitchell will be rolling off third. Kurt Davidson is going to start fourth. Fifth is going to be Jeff Glockner. Sixth will be Lupa Gonzalez. Seventh is Ron Hollyfield. Adam Baker will roll off 8th. 9th will be Jay Felton. 10th is Mike Grandy. Travis Wall will be 11th. And rounding out the field in 12th is going to be Tom Clayton in that number 66. We're getting ready to go here.
Really fast guy, especially in the short term in the back. Not saying, of course, other people are slower, just that in the short term, these guys can a lot of speed and really fast lap times. Like, for instance, Baker, kind of mucked his lap with a tap to the wall, so he's definitely got pace, as we saw in practice. He got Travis Wall, he decided, nah, I'm just going to sit in the back and have a bit of fun. Get ready to watch him fly through the pack. Same with people like Jay Felton, he's always somewhere in the top 5, he's really fast. Going to be definitely interesting to watch.
And look at Kurt Davidson up there, man. He didn't really have the fastest time out there, but man, he got a good qualify lap. And it looks like Shane opts to take the outside. They can start anytime the pace car moves off, or they can wait for green. It's leader's choice, lane choice on the leader, starts on the leader. There's a 5-minute damage clock that's run by the sim racing apps, and the stages are going to be at lap 45 and 90. Which are also run by the sim racing app, thanks to Kurt Davidson. So it should be pretty interesting. If they get 5 minutes or more mandatory damage, it will disqualify you and park you. You will not be able to get back out on the track. If you have optional damages, it doesn't matter how many, you can come in and get them fixed as many times as you want. It's just going to cost you some time on pit road. So just to get you up to speed on things, guys.
Picking the outside lane super power, that's an interesting move. I haven't tested much in this track, but I'd say the outside line seems to be the faster line for sure. But there's definitely a lot of bumps out there to give you a scare. And he's off.
And we are going. And Papala with a good jump.
Oh yeah. Leaders almost always get it. Unless the guy in second place has his brain screwed on right, they'll almost always get away correctly. And Kurt Davidson already right on the rear of Braden Johnson. We'll see if he goes for the pass later on.
And Joe Mitchell down low now looking to get by Lupa Gonzalez here. Not going to be able to do it. Gonzalez going to hang on to it.
I don't know if I'm reading this right, but it looks like Tom Clayton has already jumped forward like 4 positions off the start. He went from 12th into, I think it's 8th or 9th now.
Yeah, he's up in 8th right now.
He jumped 4 positions immediately. Meanwhile, fortunately, I think Ron Holyfield started to drop back a few positions. Oh yeah, Holyfield's right to the back of the pack. He started in like 7th or 8th, so he's fallen right back. Same with Jeff Glockner, dropped back a bit as well.
And look at that, we were almost 3 wide here with Lupa Gonzalez, Kurt Davidson, and Joe Mitchell. I thought Joe was going to thread the needle.
Mike Grandy was trying to go the outside line, went a bit too far, hit a bump, and went straight into the wall. He ground along the wall for a while. Not a hard hit, just enough to slow him right down, get right to the very back of the pack.
Wow, Kurt Davidson slides it right up in front of the 18 of Joe Mitchell on the outside line.
And you got Lupe Gonzalez right in there as well. Nice 4-way battle with some really fast drivers.
Yeah,
They're all going to be looking for their position.
Lupe's stuck down in that low lane, man. I know he doesn't want to be there, but I know they got some bumps up here in the track, man. Really upsets the car, too.
Yeah, and Mitchell was definitely right up there, right near those bumps. He probably had a bit of a scare. And, oh, bit of bump drafting from Mitchell to Davidson.
I think Joe's trying to tell him something.
Move.
Joe Mitchell,
definitely try the pass.
He's going to try to take it down low now.
Don't think it's quite going to work. It's a bit too low. The outside line's just going to give way too much run there. He needs to try and push Davidson a little bit high up into those bumps. And, whoa, almost went for a 3 wide. Bloody Adam Baker showing he's got a brass set of balls there. Trying to make it 3 wide with Mitchell and Davidson. decides this is probably a really silly idea and backs off. And Mitchell's starting to fall behind from Davidson as well, so it looks like that inside line just isn't working for him.
Yeah, he's just going to burn up his tires, man, and upset that car a little bit. So Braden Johnson still holding on to second. Kurt Davidson moves into third. Adam Baker in fourth. Adam Baker taking a look to the inside right now.
You got two fights going on. You've got Baker and Davidson, and you have right behind them Gonzalez and Mitchell fighting it out. Davidson's line is really hard to pass for sure, because Davidson is not giving any room.
Wow, you see that, man? That's some paint trading going on right there.
Look at Davidson's line. He goes right low at the apex and drops back out again, and it just gives the guy passing no room to get the runoff. So Baker's trying to nudge him out and say, no, this is my line, get away.
I'll tell you what, Baker's doing a good job, even though he's got to keep it down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a game of chicken here. Who keeps trying the hardest to either both of them spin or one gives room.
I think
because you can see Baker's not letting him play his game.
Yeah, I think Baker's going to end up heating them tires up.
I think Baker's going to take it, to be honest. He's Davidson's tactic.
He does. He slides it.
Yeah, but Davidson's line relies on the guy below losing his spools. Is deciding, no, I don't want to do this. But if the guy below fights back and keeps fighting back, it just doesn't quite work. That being said, look, he's changed it. He's now just gone for the speed line, just gone.
Yeah, Baker's going to tuck it back in there behind him and probably try to cool it off a little bit and set him up.
Yeah, Davidson and Baker, both of them are bloody amazing drivers here. Davidson's playing it smart, and Baker's playing it really aggressively, and both of them are just a joy to watch.
And you see Gonzalez right now gets in front of Joe Mitchell, so Gonzalez up to fifth, Mitchell to sixth.
The question is Mitchell trying to play the long game here, or is he just pass him? I don't think he's going to worry about losing anyone. The pack ahead of him are fighting it out, so they're going to keep losing time. So it's not like he's going to lose this group. So this has slowed them down so much that Tom Clayton has almost caught back up to them. And we got Baker on the inside again. Good run and entrance. He's going to start sliding up. Oh, Davidson gets past it just. Oh, I think Baker tried to slide it in there, but there's just so much room for Davidson just to go a little bit wider and take the position back. That was a shame. That was a damn good move from Baker. And whoa, Gonzalez fell right back.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit squirrely there. Sounded like somebody just brushed the wall. Might have been maybe Braden Johnson. A little bit of right front damage. I heard that.
Very confusing what happened to Lupe. I don't think he really got loose. He just slowed right down. Watching it, I couldn't see what's going on. Either way, he's dropped 2 positions and is falling back. Wall's now right on his tail, so he's probably going to get zopped again. And hey, Baker dropping back now. Dropping a position as well. Maybe those tires just really heated up and they've got no grip left. Because that's a sudden drop from both of them. Yeah, Wall is already past Gonzalez. Wall just passed him like he wasn't even there.
Yeah, Travis Wall, he'll always come from the back to the front. So right now, Shane Papala out front, 14 laps led, and he's got about 7/10 over Braden Johnson sitting in second. Then we go back here to Kurt Davidson and Joe Mitchell, and they are fighting it for third.
Yeah, Papala and Braden are just off doing their own thing. They're both running roughly mirror laps, but they are far away enough that the draft is not impacting either of them. So no gains, no losses. Until someone makes a mistake, they're just going to keep running it.
And now here comes Baker, going to try to make a move on his teammate here on Joe Mitchell and see if he can do something with him.
Unfortunately, I missed that. Did Mitchell just drop back a lot of room there?
Yeah, he was fighting it out with Kurt, and I seen him brush the wall, so I think that kind of slowed him down just a little bit.
Yeah, Kurt's just driving his line and just not letting anyone distract him from it. Doesn't matter how many times Baker nudged him. It's like, nope, I'm taking this line. This is where I'm going to run.
Let's jump inside with Baker anyway.
Yeah, this is the fastest line with the best tyre where I am not giving you this position. I want to mention as well, the moment you leave your line on this track, there are so many bumps. When you leave the line, it's like you're not sure where the bump on the road is going to be, and all of a sudden you're in a wall and you're like, what did I hit?
Yeah, it's true, man. Just like that.
And Mitchell dove to the inside there. I think BK tried to give Baker the position back. Yeah, he just got out the way entirely. I wonder if he hit a wall again.
We got a long way to go, man. 145 laps. We still got the first stage here at lap 45. So these guys are really going to probably take it easy.
Yeah, he went to the inside and braked a bit, so he definitely gave that position away freely. And is now about to be swallowed up by Travis Wall, so...
And look at Kurt Davidson getting ready to be under attack by Adam Baker here.
Oh yeah, here we go again, round 2. Baker got a plan this time, or has he just got pace?
Yeah. I don't know, man. He's doing pretty good hanging on to that inside line.
Yeah, he just needs to make the run stick. And oh, this is a good run. Not quite enough, I don't think, though. I think Davidson's just going to run away with this.
And look at, here comes Travis Wall now underneath Joe Mitchell. Going to move Travis up into 5th.
I think Mitchell's just going to give it to him. It's like, not worth fighting at the moment. I'm going long game, it seems. No, never mind.
Yeah.
Not giving it that easily.
He's listening to you.
Yeah, once again, the moment I say anything, they will do the exact opposite. I think they're telling me to keep my mouth shut, but I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Interesting line change from Baker. He went right in behind Davidson, but on the corner, he just suddenly dove in with a lot of speed. Didn't quite work, but that was definitely interesting to watch.
And it looks like Baker may have it this time. He's
I wonder if
closer.
he's trying to nudge him. I wonder if he's trying to nudge him offline. Yeah, his line is interesting, Baker's here. I'm wondering quite what he's trying to do here. I personally don't understand it too well, but it looks like he's trying to get the position correct a different way. And it might work if he can slide up, but nope. Davidson's going to run away with it again, I think.
And Davidson's going to go back down to the inside.
But can Baker take it in this kind? He's right alongside Davidson. This might be it. And he gets it. But Davidson's now going for the crossaround. Who?
And now here comes Travis Wall, going to take a look underneath the 41 of Kurt Davidson.
Yeah. It's not live for some reason. Damn it, I think I paused it. Yeah, Wall's going inside now. This is awesome to watch. I've got it. I got it. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Ooh. That was a little bit of excitement right there with the 41 and the 44. It looked like, I'm not really sure if the 41 caught the wall or almost caught the wall.
I think he was probably getting a bit too close, got a little scared of it.
Let's take a quick look at Travis Wall, man. He started 11th. He's sitting up here in the 4th spot.
Now we got Clayton, I think he started in 12th, who was also alongside Joe Mitchell as well.
Yeah, Joe Mitchell is, looked like he's struggling just a little bit.
Go up to the front, we have something very interesting. Braden has caught Shape Impala. Oh, as he caught him, he's right on him. He's in position to try and go for a strike. And he's going on the inside for a pass on Shape Impala, and whoa, Impala went really wide, or Braden has a hell of a run, and he's in front easily.
Wow, he made that thing stick.
That was like, it looked like Shay wasn't even moving. That was a beautiful move.
And I didn't think he was going to have anything after hitting the wall, but man, I'll tell you what, he's got that thing wound up.
Even more interestingly is that Baker, I think, is actually catching them by a rather good margin per lap too. So you got Baker and Wall catching the lead 2 cars. If Wall doesn't fight Baker here, they may catch up to 1st and 2nd and make it a 4-way brawl again. Once again, I don't think Wall's listening. He's going to try for the pass, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Wall ain't going to wait back there. He'll tell you straight out, man, he's going to go checkers or wreckers.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely showing it. He's had pace since the start. 11th all the way up to 4th. And yep, they are catching up.
Yeah, he just got back behind Baker that last lap and really tried to push him.
This is going to be awesome then. It's going to be a nice 4-way brawl. this may go really well for Braden if he can separate from them. Braden can get away from Shea and Baker and Wall. It'd be a good position to take this first split, I suppose. Stage, that's the word.
Yeah, we're looking for the first stage at lap 45. We're almost there.
Yeah, and Braden's probably in the best position for it. Shay's probably going to be a bit worried. You know, he started in first, had good pace. But now Braden's ahead of him, and Baker's right behind him.
Wow, here comes Baker now, trying to take a look at the 89.
It looks like Wall's backed up a little bit too. He's probably just watching and waiting now. There's going to be a time to strike, and Wall's going to come in and take all three at once somehow, with some miraculous move that no one saw. Or an absolute batshit crazy move. That's probably the same thing.
And then if you go back a little bit, man, Kurt Davidson, Joe Mitchell still fighting it out for 5th. Tom Clayton drifted off a little bit back to 7th.
Baker going for the pass.
Is he
Baker
really?
trying the inside line. He has a good run, but Shay's not only going to get the better on the outside, he's also going to get the draft from Braden ahead of him. But Baker's still sticking at that bottom line, and Shay's gone really wide. Baker's taking it. And then Wall going for the pass now as well, so Shay's going to fall back from 2nd, possibly even to 4th if Wall can make this stick. Wall's going for the double, I think.
Yeah, he's going to take a look at the 48 here. Oh, nope. We're going to tuck it back in.
I gotta say, while Baker's taking a position and so is Wall, I think the real winner of that little exchange was Braden Johnson. Trying to get as much distance as he can. He's got good pace out there. Him and Baker have matched lap times roughly, but Baker's starting to catch up. I think the draft's going to start pulling him back in. I think Braden's just going to hope that Wall's going to start fighting Baker.
Yeah, this way he can kind of get a little bit more leadway here as we wind up closer to lap 45 here.
You still got that fight between Mitchell and Davidson, which is just amazing to watch, because now Davidson's the one on the inside and having trouble passing. It's not calm, it's irony, that's the irony. I'm trying to think of the word there. Probably sitting there down below going, damn, this isn't that easy, is it? I'm not easy passing a guy on the outside line with all the speed. Oh, Wall is right on Baker. I think he's either waiting for the run or he's just sticking onto his rear bumper.
He's got Braden Johnson by about 2/10.
Baker into the wall, lost a lot of speed there. Got probably some right side damage as well.
Yeah, you see Travis Wall do a good job getting out of the way. He's going to try to make that move pretty soon. You can see a lot of guys up in that wall tonight.
Yeah, the bumps on this track, it's you make a slight mistake just once, and that bump is going to send you airborne into a wall. Can't do anything, your wheels off the ground, just, pray the car isn't too damaged when you finish it.
Just waiting to see how these... Oh, Baker again.
He's just pushing, trying everything he can. It's honestly glorious to watch. These two drivers here are some of the two most favorite guys to watch in this series. Because both of them are just like pure naked aggression.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they do put it out there.
Just go. There's no brakes on this train. Let's go.
Casey Jones on the ride.
The question is, if it was in terms of strategy, would it be smart for Baker to let Wall pass, grab onto his rear, and let him get dragged up to Braden? Because at the moment, I think Baker's probably the one slowing them both down. They've got good pace.
It's hard to think that way when you're on the track, though, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. You never want to give it up, because you're also worried that if he does, he's going to lose his position to Shea Papala behind him.
Especially right now, coming to lap 42, are going to be 3 more laps till we get to stage 1. Every point counts.
Well, I think Wall's trying to make a decision for him there, but Wall had a bit of a wiggle down low there.
Yeah, he's trying.
Not sure he got hit a bump or put his wheel on that yellow line, but he had a hell of a wiggle there.
Yeah,
and Shea going for a dive. I'm here, guys.
It ain't over.
Getting rid of me.
Tell you, it ain't over till it's over, man.
Yeah, and Joe Mitchell has made it past Kurt Davidson, no worries, and has got a reasonable gap on him at this point. I'd like to say that he's going to hold that position pretty safely till stage end. And now Wall's definitely fighting for that second place. Like, oh wait, get out the way, mate. I want that. Interestingly, since he's done that, they've now caught up to Braden Johnson?
Wow.
The answer to everything in the world apparently is aggression. Who would have guessed?
You see that that jump right there that Adam Baker got, man. I don't know if Travis gave him a bump or what, but man, his car just jumped. And we should be coming to the stage this lap.
Oh, here we go. So Wall and Baker are going to probably fight it out, or they're going to try and make the pass on Braden. Braden's just going to hold their position. Oh, never mind.
And here we are at stage 1. Looks like Braden Johnson's going to take that stage. For some reason, Adam Baker's name is not showing up, but he'll finish second at the first stage. Travis Wall third, Shane Papala fourth, Joe Mitchell fifth, Kurt Davidson sixth, Tom Clayton seventh, Jay Felton eighth, Lupa Gonzalez ninth, and Mike Grandy 10th. Not bad.
I was gonna say, how much has this grid changed from that first qualifying start? It's almost entirely different at this point. You had Braden and Shane up front. Now you've just got Braden on his own. You had Baker who started in like 8th and Travis Wall from 11th. And they're now fighting for 2nd and 3rd. That is a massive shift. You also got, Joe Mitchell, Kurt Davidson. I think they were 3rd and 4th respectively. They're now sitting down there in 5th and 6th. They're not a massive change for them, but it's definitely a change. Meanwhile, other drivers have fallen right to the rear of the pack. Had Grandy, Holyfield, and Glockner. They dropped right back. I believe Glockner was somewhere in 8th, and he's now in 12th. A rather rapid change, as they all come trundling into that pit.
Yeah, a slow motion too.
And you got to feel it too when you're going down that pit. After that, like massive race fighting each other, going down the pit just feels like it's like a snail. Just doesn't feel right.
So now Braden Johnson leads them down. Shane Papala does have the first stall. Who's going to get out first? And here comes Adam Baker. Looks like close. Braden Johnson's going to get out first.
Yeah, it was very close. Baker almost got him there, I think. And I think Wall and Papala were really close together as well. So we'll see how that ended up.
Yeah, wait for them to come across and get scored here. But not bad, man. I'll tell you what. Braden Johnson did a good job leading that, winning that stage. After hitting the wall, didn't think he was going to have a car for it.
It was like he was shedding weight because he just kept getting more pace.
Yeah, he must have turned the toe in just enough to give it the right bite.
So yeah, only one real winner in that pit stop there would be, for the looks of it, Jay Felton. He gained a position, or 2 actually. Started in 8th, he's now in 6th. And Kurt Davidson dropped the position to him, so good pit stop for Jay Felton. I think he's the only real mover through the pits. Don't know what he did right, but he did it right, so good job to him.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these guys got some crazy strategies. We seen Kurt Davidson last night in the truck series end up going into pits on like some off sequence. You know, I went by. I actually thought he wrecked and went into the pits. I didn't realize he was his choice. He ended up coming out, getting back up into the lead and winning that race at Pocono. So I don't know, man. So not too bad. We only had one lead change, and 98 laps still left to go. We'll be going to lap 90 for stage number 2. Braden Johnson, your stage 1 winner.
And right next to him now is going to be Adam Baker, aggression incarnate himself, because this is going to be beautiful.
And Braden chooses the outside. See Shane blinking just a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that bit of a worry. I was gonna say the outside line is definitely the way you want to be. If you can do it right, if you can hold that line like Kurt Davidson did, it is a really good line to defend on, and it's one of the fastest lines on the track. Ugh, Shay's blinking. That's ugh.
Yeah, hopefully it'll clear up once they go green. I know a lot of guys been having trouble these last few weeks, man. I don't know what's going on. Guys that normally don't have trouble have been having some trouble. So we're waiting for the pace car right now to turn on in. Lights are out. They're double filed. The leader is on the outside. The number 3, Braden Johnson. And we'll see if he's going to wait for the green or go.
Braden goes, and with a good run too. Left Baker absolutely in the dust. Baker actually lost position to Shea Papala.
Yeah, and here comes Jay Felton.
Yeah, I know. And he got a bit of a bump from Travis Wall, Baker did, but unfortunately it made Wall lose a lot of time, and even Felton's caught up with him now. Felton really good on that restart.
Opala up high, Baker down low, and it looked like Jay Felton was going to try and thread it through the middle.
Baker's doing that inside line again. And he's, not only has he defended from Jay Felton with that, he's also managed to start an attack on Shape Impala. Apparently that bottom line is just that's where Baker feels at home, because he's got a lot of pace down there, considering even it's still kind of the slower line. He just makes it work.
And look at 66, Tom Clayton all over the back of the 44. Here comes the 18 of Joe Mitchell, the 41 of Kurt Davidson.
Yeah, they were fighting out a bit as well. And this front pack of 4 cars are essentially just nose to tail here. Wall's caught back up to them. Felton's taken up to 4th now, which is really good for him. He went from 8th in that pit stop to 4th on the track now. That's rather good movement for him. And here goes Baker again. I say, he might actually get it there. Shea went around a really high line. Baker's gone really low. He's going to come out in front of him. Shea may try to crisscross you.
He's going to take a look down low, see if he can do the same thing.
I think...
Ooh.
Oh, that blinking is definitely worrying, but I think Baker's taking it.
Yeah, I got a feeling the 89 may not last the whole race.
Clayton just gave Travis Wall a shunt up the rear and almost pushed him off track. Around the entrance to 3 and 4.
Yeah, I caught that out of the corner of my eye. I don't think we saw it on the camera, but man, that was rough.
Yeah, Wall's going to now lose position to Joe Mitchell, who just flies past him. He also lost the position to Clayton himself as well, and now he's being attacked by Kurt Davidson, so that's really hurt Wall.
And look at Jay Felton now behind the 89 Shane Impala. We're going to see if Jay's going to stay back there, or is he going to try and run by?
He's had a lot of good pace, and he's been working his way through the pack. I say at the moment though, it seems like Felton's strength here has always been strategy, because so far his start from that pit up to here has been just beautiful to watch.
Jeff Glockner and Mike Grandy side by side for 11. Ron Hollyfield, Lupa Gonzalez for 9th.
This fight's all over the field. What can you say? It's just everyone's fighting it out. It's great. I love this track.
See if Adam Baker can chase down Braden Johnson here. Right now he's got about 3/10 over Adam Baker. A little bit more than 3/10 right now, so he lost a couple thousandths. We'll see what they get coming across the line. Right now, Braden Johnson did run a faster lap than Adam Baker. We'll see what they get this time by.
It's a good little fight between Lupe and Ron Holyfield. It's been like 2 or 3 laps side by side. I think Gonzalez has finally given it up. I think his tires probably got a bit too hot. It's like, okay, I better back off. I can't take this for much longer.
And that last time by, Baker was faster, and now Baker going for the move.
Like I said, Baker's this aggression and car. It's great to watch. Even if even if he can't make it, you might as well try and take it and at least give the guy a bit of a scare. Let him know, I'm right here, and I've got hot wheels.
We're sitting inside with Adam Baker right now.
So Wall managed to pass Mitchell again. Like managed to take his position back, and Mitchell dropped really far back from Wall. And now Wall's right on the tail of Tom Clayton. I'm not going to say there's going to be retaliation, but if it happened, I don't think I'd blame him too hard.
Yeah, we're sitting with Wall. Now you see him down low. Clayton up there on the outside.
Yeah, he's probably just going to try and pass him clean. He's got the pace for it for sure, so this may work for him. That bottom line, like, the drivers that can pull it off beautifully.
I just don't know how long you can stay down in that inside line and hang on to your tires.
Yeah, that's going to be the problem for sure. Is like, at what point does it hurt your tires too much? Because you've seen people drop off really hard after a while when trying it down there for too long. But wow, I think Wall just managed to take that. He managed to pass 2 cars at once on the bottom line.
And Jay Felton now feeling some pressure from the 66 of Tom Clayton.
That was a great move from Wall on the inside line. Hell, Clayton had like the draft from Felton, and not only that, he passed both of them. That is a lot of pace. That being said, those tires have got to be hot now.
Yeah, Clayton trying to poke his nose down low, see if he can't get in down at the bottom. I saw some numbers changing up in the front. I wanted to get up there, but Braden Johnson still got him by about 2/10. Watch this battle right here between the 66 and the 9.
Yeah, up front, nothing much changing. Baker's just hanging on to the back of Braden and looking for a place to pass. Don't count him out. He's going to try and find someone.
Ooh, Travis Wall into the wall hard. Oh, that's going to hurt.
Just pushed a little too hard. Maybe the tires were a bit too hot from those previous runs and just
Go
lost
back
it.
real quick and take a look, see what happened here. Oh, he hits the outside wall, man, and it throws him to the inside. Not too bad. He hit it kind of sideways, so he still got the car running.
I think he'll be perfectly fine. That didn't hit the engine, didn't really hit too much. Might be a wheel bent slightly, might be a bit of a pain to drive. Nope, he's put into the pits for sure.
That's too bad. He had a really fast car. He was working his way to the front. Meanwhile, Braden Johnson out front, 39 laps led, running that new number, that number 3.
Wall's pulled it behind the wall. I guess either he was too damaged or just was annoyed with himself. That's unfortunate. He had really good pace. It was an absolute joy to watch in this race. Unfortunately, just pushed a little too hard with a bit too burnt tires and put it into a wall. That brings Felton back to 4th, so Felton's going to be loving life here. Not only is he in 4th, he's managed to separate away from Tom Clayton, who's now under attack by Kurt Davidson.
And Tom Clayton stuck on the outside of that run.
Yeah, and Davidson going on the inside. I remember seeing people keep losing speed because they keep going a little too high on these corners, and they just start getting stuck on the high line with all those bumps, and they just start losing lots of speed trying to keep the car under control. A low line, while it does burn your tires, it does seem rather fast if you can pull it off correctly, which is absolutely beautiful.
You see, some of these guys can throw it in there and make it stick, man.
Oh yeah, you still got Baker and Braden up the front. Still fighting it out. Baker's definitely got pace, but just not quite in a position to go for the pass.
Joe Mitchell all the way back here in 9th. Mike Grandy moves up to 8th. Now Mike Grandy looked like he's trying to get by Lupe Gonzalez for 7th. Not going to be able to get it that lap.
Yeah, Lupe did a lot of low-line fighting earlier, so he may have burned his tires hard. So Grandy may actually have the better tires and the pace on him. We'll see if he can make it stick later on.
Adam Baker for the lead.
I don't think he's going to quite get it. He's not as far as he needs, but no, Baker's given up.
Oh, he's going to go down on the inside.
Yeah, I think Braden was not feeling comfortable with how that was going to go. Oh, and Braden's rear end is wiggling it. Have you seen that?
Yeah, but look at that, man. He can get that thing to stick down there.
Yeah, he had a couple of controlled slides there. He almost was losing it there, just pushing as hard as he can. He's forcing Adam Baker up for sure.
Yeah, if he can keep Adam Baker up at the top of the track, he should be able to get by him no problem. There is no grip once you start getting up there.
Oh yeah. It starts getting bumpy, you start focusing more on saving the car than racing the car. Oh yeah, he's definitely pushing Baker up for sure. Baker actually went into the wall a bit there.
Look at that. Oh man, that was close. Side by side.
He is squeezing Baker. That we said, he did lose a lot of space there. He just definitely lost a lot of time there, so he can't keep the pressure up. But I gotta say, if I was Baker, I would be sweating a little bit.
And look, Johnson right back to the back bumper again, man.
Oh yeah. I think Baker's trying to take the high line now. I guess he's either trying to rest his tires or it's the fastest pace for him. Either way, he's taking the high line now. Completely different to how he's been racing most of the race. Here you got Davidson and Clayton. Looks like Davidson's going to try the pass on the inside again. looks like he might actually have the run on Clayton this time. Depends on his next corner.
Yeah, Clayton's up pretty high.
He got it. Clayton, I think, went way too high up there and went to the bumpy stuff and lost a bit of time. But Clayton's going to try the crossover now.
It ain't over yet. Hold on, guys.
No, but Davidson on that high line is a nightmare to pass. He's already shown that throughout this race. Once he's in that groove and he's on that high line, you're going to be fighting for the next 10 laps trying to make that.
And we saw the 12 of Mike Grandy back there scrape the wall, but he's got it still going the right way.
Braden on the inside of Baker here. Really far inside too.
He's got a good run coming out. See if he can keep Baker up high.
He's squeezing him high, forcing Baker higher and higher so he can take position, and he gets it. Yes. Well done on Braden.
I see if Baker's going to try to come do the swap down low.
That was a good move on Braden's part. Managed to push Baker high enough that he could take the position safely, get the inside, get in front of him. That was a well-played move from Davidson. And, oh!
I saw some net code on that one.
Yeah, I think that was net code for sure. Baker definitely hit him, but it didn't really do anything to Braden. Gratefully for sure, because that could have been bad. And they're crossing over again.
And this is only going to stage 2. This isn't even for the win yet.
I don't think these guys noticed that. I think they're just focusing on winning everything.
Wow, look at Braden. He can't get no closer than that.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely pushing and bumping Baker there. And they've been fighting so hard, so constant. Shaper Parler was like about a second or two, maybe even 3 seconds back. It was a pretty good gap, away from these guys. And now he's right on them. They've fought so hard that Shay's caught up. That is amazing to watch. You know how hard these guys are fighting when the third car's catching up at really good speed. Even with them being rather glitchy and laggy.
Yeah, I'm surprised because he's usually has a pretty solid connection. We've seen that last night in the truck race, and we've been seeing that for the ooh, Baker going around.
Yeah,
he saves it.
A little too hard.
Let's take a look.
Whoa, and Davison and Felton. Davison just dove in on Felton and essentially pushed Felton into the wall. Davison almost went to the wall himself. That was maybe it was a bit of collision avoidance from Baker, but that was insanity.
Baker back to third. Shane Papala now got up to the front while we were looking back at that.
What was I can't speak ill of someone, but I think Kurt Davison might have just lost his brain for a moment because he did a absolutely insanely aggressive move on Felton. There's like no chance of pulling it up with that. Braked way too late and just pushed Felton up almost into the wall, and himself almost into the wall. That was, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, Felton with a little bit of left front damage right now in that car. Looks like Clayton with some right front damage. Joe Mitchell's car looks pretty clean.
It was Davidson, unfortunately, that went into that left front damage for Felton. That's why he's got that.
May not hurt him, though, because you see Braden Johnson, he had that damage on the car. He's got left and a little bit of right. And he's
in the middle of all that, we didn't see it. Shea Papala has taken first back.
Yeah, we missed it when I was going back looking at the spin between Johnson and Baker. Unfortunately, I can't get to Shane Papala's car or it'll start jumping all over the place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it seems like everyone in the same couple of laps just collectively lost their minds or lost their speed. And everything suddenly changed. The entire this makeup of the top 5 has just utterly changed.
Yeah.
There's now Shea Papala back in front with Braden Johnson behind him, who was fighting out with Baker, who's now dropped hard back into third after that incident. And then Kurt Davison is now back in fourth after shunting Jay Felton out of it. This top 5 has just been utterly changed.
And look, Joe Mitchell creeping into the 66's view.
Hi there, I'm back. Let's continue the fight. And looks like Felton's going to start catching up to the two and try and get back in on that. That's a shame for Felton. He had really good pace, smart plays from the pit strategy, and he's now lost all of it and back to 7th. That's fine. He'll fight it back up again. I know he will.
And Gonzalez and Grandy back here, 8th and 9th.
Yep. Oh, Grandy right up to Gonzalez there. Looks like Lupe's tires must be really, really burnt there, or he had really bad pace, because that was an extreme difference in speed on that corner.
Yeah, he ran a 24.4 Jay Felton 24-3 and your leader 24-2.
And Mitchell going for the pass on Tom Clayton on the inside. Don't think he's going to quite get it. Clayton's got a really good run on the exit there, but he's definitely making himself known.
I've been watching Clayton. If you watch a little bit, like his car doesn't like that outside line very well. You can see it start getting a little bit slidey on him, like he has to chase it up.
Yeah, I've watched a few guys that get a little too high. They'll go a little higher than they should, and suddenly they start going hit like one bump, and they're out to the bumpy stuff outside.
Yeah, we are just about to the second stage here this time by. It looks like Shane Papala will have this wrapped up.
And yep, once again, Clayton's gone really wide and given Mitchell one hell of a run, but I think he's going to hold it and take off.
Stop it out.
And there's the stage.
So Shane Papala, your second stage winner. Braden Johnson, who won stage 1, finishes second. Adam Baker third. Kurt Davidson fourth. Tom Clayton fifth. Joe Mitchell sixth. Jay Felton 7th, Lupa Gonzalez 8th, Mike Grandy 9th, and Ron Hollyfield gets that top 10 spot for stage number 2. I'll tell you what, this race is going by quick, man.
I gotta say, Papala's strategy on that.
Ooh.
Whoa! What the hell? Hey, Braden.
What was that?
I think Papala might have lagged for him and gave him a bit of a scare.
I gotta go back and check that out. Ooh, no. It just looked like all of a sudden his car just turned. I'll get the report from D.
Yeah. But yeah, Shane Papala, I gotta say his strategy for this race was pretty interesting. He for this stage, he backed off, potentially kind of let him get swallowed, and at the end of it all, came back into the front of the stage. That is either well played or just good luck. That was really good to watch.
Hey D, what happened there with Braden over there going in that turn? He just brake bias. Too much brake in it. I did that at Pocono yesterday. I hit the brakes. I thought the truck was going to flip over to the front because it was so much brake in it. All right, let's see who's going to be your winner off of pit road here.
Wait, did you catch the incident between Kurt Davidson and Jay Felton on lap 81?
No,
The one I was talking about? That was during the time that Baker had his incident with Braden. They roughed just right after, right on the start-finish line.
Looks like it's going to be Shane, Braden, Kurt.
Yeah, Kurt managed to undercut Adam Baker in the pits and take a position. Gonzalez managed to jump pretty far forward too. That's a pretty good jump for him. He went from 8th to 4th, I believe. Yep, 4th. Good move for him. Grandy in 5th. And Felton in 6th. So Felton did gain a position back, I believe, there. Jeff Glockner, 7th. What happened to this backpack? Something suddenly changed.
Guys are starting you see it. Guys are coming and going now. Yeah, Lupa Gonzalez started 6th. Right now they got him scored 5th. Adam Baker, he started 8th. He's currently sitting 4th. Kurt Davidson started 4th. He's 3rd. Braden Johnson started 2nd. He's still running 2nd. Shane Papala, while he's not blinking, started on the pole. He's back up in the front. Let's go back to number 6 to the 12 of Mike Grandy. He started 10th. He's sitting 6th. Jay Felton started 9th. He's 7th. Jeff Glockner started 5th. He's back in 8th. Tom Clayton must have had a lot of damages to repair. Started 12th. He's sitting in 9th. Ron Hollyfield started 7th. He's back in 10th. And Joe Mitchell started 3rd, and he's sitting 11th. But I think Joe's got he's got a little strategy going on here.
Possibly, yeah. And it's just from the last pit stop, people kind of falling back a bit, like Jeff Glockner, Mike Grandy, a little bit like mid to late pack guys. Probably just by position, not really by speed. But in that pit stop, they've just jumped way far forward. Gained at least 4 or 5 positions, which in this current field size is about half the pack. That's
looks like. Did you see that? I'm sorry, man. Did you see that? Shane chooses the inside this time for the start.
Or either keeping Braden guessing, or he's got a new strategy in his mind. Because with the way Shane is lagging, you got to say that he's going to get an easy start off from Braden. No one would dare try and race against someone who's lagging a bit too much, you know.
It's scary when you're racing around somebody lagging like that, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's like he's there, and now he's lagged back half a millimeter, and that's happening.
All right, pace car is in.
Off he goes.
And Shane is gone.
Oh yeah. Not even Kurt Davison tried catching him there. I think Kurt Davison even waited a bit.
Let's see if Kurt. Nope. Braden gonna shut the door. Ooh, Kurt and Adam Baker almost make contact.
Yep. And what a surprise! This is now the exact opposite of what it was in the first stage. Baker on the outside, Kurt on the inside.
And Kurt on the inside now.
Yeah, quite ironic. Absolutely beautiful to watch. And Braden's got some speed up as well. He might start catching Shea. He's within the draft. Yep, and Kurt's just falling back hard, and there's a lot of mid-pack movement here for sure. Watching Lupe on the inside of Grandy. We'll see if he can make that stick, but Grandy's going to have the draft from in front and a bump probably from behind.
Yeah, Lupe Gonzalez slid up just a little bit, but he's getting it back right here on entry, but we'll see if he's got anything on exit. And it looks like Braden Johnson right to the back bumper of Shane.
Yeah, we had 3 wide. Grandy stuck it in with the... Yep, and we have a spin. Oh!
41.
And takes out...
Oh, man, and Jay Felton again.
Yeah, we take a Drake Felton once again. That's got to suck. If I was in Felton's place, I would be so pissed, but like that wasn't really his fault, you know? Not much he could have done. Unfortunately, this is a rather big incident. At least 4 cars involved. Mitchell have one hell of a scare.
Let's take a closer look at this. You see the 41, the 12, and the 53, the 50. Who makes contact with who first? Oh, it looks like the 12 and the 41 got into each other. The 41 almost saves it. And man, Felton, Holyfield, the 24 of Glockner involved in that one.
Yeah, just Davison went too low, and Grady wasn't going to give him the place. Now at that point, it's just Davison did his best to hold the car, but you're just a passenger at that point.
We got some guys coming down, some guys staying out.
Yeah, unfortunately, looks like what happened there was Davison tapped the back rear after of Lupe Gonzalez, which spat him to the right, and everyone expecting him to spin to the left. And at that point, everything changed, and yep, goodbye, Jay Felton, unfortunately. And then Kurt tries to dive it to the inside, tries to get out the way, and just takes out 2 more cars with him, Jeff Glockner and Roland Holyfield.
Man, we'll see if anybody's going to be done with the damage clock, or they're going to be able to get some repairs done and get back out on the track. And now these guys are down here in the pits. Looks like Adam Baker's going to get out. The 18 of Joe Mitchell's going to get out. And I believe the 89 is going to beat the 3 of Brady Johnson out on that one.
Oh, yeah, and the rapid change on the field for all these guys. Baker's now taking front, and then Mitchell from last into second.
I tell you, Mitchell's got a plan.
And interesting, Grandy staying out and taking the first place position. He was in the middle of that incident. He was the one who unfortunately took it 3 wide between Davidson and... Crap, I can't remember who the guy was now.
Felton.
Yeah. No, Felton was further back. Felton was an unfortunate bystander in that entire incident.
And you know, it's funny because I just watched it too, and I forgot. I told you.
I was saying, man.
You sent me the link. I told you I forget, bro.
See, Grandy, nice play to try and come to front.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's staying out, to be honest with you. I thought maybe he was just going to stay out and lead the lap and get the point, but he must think he has something for these guys, so we'll see how that goes. These guys have fresher tires than him, so I don't know. Let me see if I can see. Grandy is on. Let's see if I can find his. Yeah, it's not showing it to me right now. For some reason, everything's kind of screwy right now tonight.
That was an unfortunate incident. Definitely hurt a lot of people's races. I think the one that probably got hurt the most there was definitely Jay Felton. He got slammed hard by the somewhat out of control Kurt Davison at that point. And Kurt did his damn best there. Like he did his best to try and keep the car in control, not hit anyone. Just unfortunately, he was in the middle of the pack. There's nowhere to go but into another car, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, Jay Felton still sitting in pit road with damages, trying to get that car fixed. Ron Holyfield does manage to get back out on the track. So we'll see if Jay Felton able to get out before the 5-minute clock is up, or if that's going to end his night for him.
Yeah, I was like, much as I know that the moment I say something, everything opposite happened, I think that car might be totaled. He took a hard hit from Davidson and then the wall. That thing is, ugh.
Yeah, it took a hard hit. And right now, Mike Grandy does take the outside. Adam Baker with the fresher tires on the inside. Pace car getting ready to turn in and bring these guys back green. We're into caution number 3. 2 of them were for the stages. This one was for a wreck on the track. So we'll see now if Adam Baker's going to be able to throw it in 1 and blow by the 12, or does the 12 have anything? He stayed out.
Yeah. And looks like Shea Pilot got the run on Baker, and of course Grandy got the run itself. But Baker diving in already. And Shea diving right in as well. Oh, that ping this is not fun to watch. Oh, God. Oh, who am I kidding? It's great to watch.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen there, man.
And Joe Mitchell diving in as well. Mitchell going from essentially last place, now into second. Grandy on the outside, for Pilot on the inside. Pilot, man, you're scaring me. Please. But yeah, that's a rapid change of everyone's fortunes. Baker now in first, Mitchell back in second.
And look back here a little bit further. Braden Johnson now shooting down low underneath the 12, going to take that spot and try and move his way forward. Lupa Gonzalez right now sitting in 6th, slowly closing in on Grandy.
Well, the question is that it was Grandy's call to stay out. Was that a good call? Was he maybe expecting cautions, breeding cautions here?
Yeah, he must have been thinking the caution was going to come out pretty quick, because I can't imagine that you would stay out.
Yeah, he's unfortunately already dropped quite a few positions. He's now down to 6th, which is roughly, I think, where he was before, maybe even a few further back. He's now dropping again as Jeff Cockner passes him. So, I don't know, maybe a different strategy that we can see, but that looks like it's definitely hurting him.
And Joe Mitchell back up into the wall again.
Yeah, and he's chasing Adam Baker. Right
Yeah,
second.
And you want to know something? Like, I'm surprised that they're actually letting Shane Papala stay out there and up in the front with all that blinking going on.
Yeah.
He should be actually taking that car to the end of the field and seeing if it's clears up or not.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe probably because he's fighting for championship points. It may be trying to be nice to him, but it's definitely scary for everyone involved for sure. At the moment, he's got a good distance between him and everybody else, so maybe they're giving it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he'll clear up. Sorry.
Tom Clayton with a lot of damage on that car, getting ready to go past the 12.
Fortunately, Jay Felton was disqualified for damage.
Oh.
That is a damn shame.
I had a feeling he wasn't going to make it back out.
Yeah. He had a lot of damage. He had run a beautiful race, great strategy, great pace. Just unfortunately, just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Twice. That's right. He'll come back next race and be just as fast and just as great with his strategy. Mitchell's actually got pace just like Baker does now. He's actually catching right onto Baker, so he may even try a pass here.
It's funny because Mitchell was all the way in the back before that stop,
and now he's up in second. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was definitely an interesting change for him. He was also in that wreck that we had. He was in the middle of it all. Like, he just dodged it and managed to come out of all of that in second place, essentially. That is, either he's got really good luck or knows what to do with his car. Either way, I would go get a lotto ticket right now. I would go win the lottery because
yeah,
it's just been great for him.
And he might have been waiting too, you know.
A little bit of fight further back between Kurt Davis and Tom Clayton. Davis on the inside takes the position.
Yeah, we saw Clayton get by the 12 of Grandy. He's got lots of damages on that 66. Joe Mitchell is kind of losing a little bit of time right now to Adam Baker. Adam Baker was a little bit faster than Joe that time by.
Yeah, Kurt Davis has got quite a lot of damage to his car as well, but it looks like he's been forcing his way back through the pack again. He's still got a lot of pace in that thing. That thing's been hit, I think, all over at this point. Front right, front left, back right. Like, every single part of the car is impacted something.
Just need to get on the roof now.
I think at this point he's just trying to tag his paint, you know. Just put my paint on your car. So remember that way, that car is mine, not yours. I'm claiming it.
Let's take a ride around the track inside Joe Mitchell's car, sitting here in second place.
Joe Mitchell's definitely always got pace, and he's definitely got strategy behind it as well. The main question is going to be, is he going to get Adam Baker, or is he going to sit back and wait and maybe see if Baker burns his tires?
Well, you
see
Joe's hood sticking up just a little bit there. Let's go take a ride with Adam Baker. Adam Baker looks like he's a little bit cleaner,
which is quite an amazing accomplishment considering how aggressive he's been the entire fight. That being said, the right side of his car probably doesn't have any paint left.
Yeah.
He used up every single inch and then made another inch.
Let's go back here to fifth. Lupe Gonzalez. Braden Johnson sitting in fourth in number 3.
Traditionally, everyone is now running the high line. I've been watching through it. Most of the cars on the track are now running that really, really ultra high line.
And look at the 24. Jeff Glockner was involved in that last one. Innocent bystander got himself back up to 6th. Let's see, where did he start again today? He started 5th. He's almost coming back.
Yeah, Mitchell's going to want to build up some pace because if he keeps at this pace, he's going to get caught by Shape Impala. Impala, I think, almost within draft, maybe actually already in draft range. He's still lagging a little bit, but it's calmed down mostly. But never mind. The moment I said it, it starts going crazy.
And look, here comes Gonzalez closing in on the number 3 of Braden Johnson.
Oh yeah, well that fresh pit stop, he's now got fresh tires, and he can be aggressive all over again. Braden's had pace most of the race, so this is going to be interesting to see if Lupe can get past him. These are not exactly slow drivers, but it's not easy to pass someone who's got about the same pace as you.
Hey, Gonzalez was a couple thousandths faster. He had a 6.74. Braden had a 6.77.
Whoa, and Jeff Glockner just gave away a bunch of positions. He lost 1, 2, 3 positions. I'm not sure what happened there. Maybe he hit a wall?
Let's go back up here to these guys. Tom Clayton, the 66, the 41, Kirk Davidson, and the 12 of Mike Grandy.
And look what's going on there. It looks like Jeff
Oh, never mind. That was just a big glitch by the 12. I seen him jump up into the wall and almost off the track.
Damn. Yeah, it looks like Jeff Glockner lost a lot of positions. I don't know what happened there. He just kind of gave up almost. Dropped 3 positions, is now back in 9th.
And look at Shane Papala got around Joe Mitchell, so Shane back to 2nd.
Yeah, he's got the pace again. He kind of sat back for a while, and now he's ready to go, and off he goes. Now he's going to try and catch Adam Baker. Probably decided if he doesn't do it now, he's never going to catch him. Let's say, like, being behind a car that is lagging, Mitchell's position there, it's both distracting and scary. You're focusing more on the car in front of you lagging than actually racing like normal.
Yeah.
I tell you in racing, don't watch the car ahead. You watch for your braking mark. You just look for your marks. You look for where you want to turn. But when that's happening, it is so distracting.
Yeah, I think the admins have to go back to school here.
I mean, I can kind of get it. At the same time,
but you know, the rule's the rule. There are rules if you're blinking. You drop it down to the bottom first, see if it clears up. If it doesn't clear up, you have to park the car. I know a lot of these guys are feeling like you are. He's running for championship. He's locked in for the chase, so it's not really going to hurt him any by having to park it, other than some points. But having guys out there running like that is just not the way to be.
Yeah, I know. Still.
We're watching 66 Tom Clayton, Mike Grandy, and if you see, like, Mike Grandy also now having a case of the blinks. I know last night Mike Grandy had to park it because he was having a lot of blinking issues in the truck. And I was in that race, so after a while I told him, I said, look, you're going to have to take it off the track. I mean, it sucks if you're that person that it's blinking on, but you got to look at all the other guys that are running on the track. It's not right to them to have to be worrying about somebody blinking and possibly coming in their car. So we have Joe Mitchell in 3rd, Braden Johnson in 4th, Lupe Gonzalez in 5th, and they're running some pretty close times Looked like Lupe Gonzalez had the fastest time of the three, so we'll see if he's able to do anything. He's caught up to the back of Braden Johnson, but just hasn't been able to get around him just yet.
Interestingly, up front, Baker's just did a 24.1. Papala just did a 23.9. And knock on wood, he's not blinking.
Yeah.
So he's got pace and he's almost within the draft, so he may end up taking the lead back from Baker after all of this.
Well, we have 18 laps to go this time by, so he's got plenty of time to get it done. Caution doesn't come out.
We've got that fight between Joe Mitchell and Johnson, of course. Mitchell's got third and he's not giving it back.
And I'll tell you what, if they start fighting it out, that's going to open the door for Lupe Gonzalez.
And Lupe's sitting there looking, just salivating, going, when do I try it? When do I pass? Like, which dog do I back? Which one do I bump? Where do I go? Like, one of the best positions to be on, and some of the worst as well. You have to make a decision and stick with it and live with the results.
So Johnson does get by. It's going to move Johnson up to third. Mitchell back to fourth. Lupe Gonzalez sitting in fifth still.
I think Lupe might try the inside here.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't think Joe would give up that easy, but I just think Joe might be struggling a little bit with that car.
Yeah, that being said, I don't quite think that's going to work for Gonzalez just yet. He's not alongside enough. And yep, he loses the run immediately. Whoa, Mitchell really deep.
Yeah, Mitchell's known for throwing it in there. And up into the wall again. He's trying to widen that track, get him a little bit better exit.
I just need another millimeter. Just give me another millimeter. I can push the wall or grind down the car. Either one's a good option.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to move that wall, so he's going to have to grind down that car.
I'm curious why that line, like he suddenly changed lines from what he was doing before to this new line, and it's not faster. But I'm curious if he just feels safer running it.
Who's that?
Joe Mitchell. He went from the outside line like everybody else is currently doing to just suddenly diving it heavy into the bottom line, almost every corner. Curious if he was doing. No, he's just. No, I said that. You stop doing it. God damn it.
It's almost like he was doing a Hail Mary there, trying to throw it downfield.
Yeah, but like 1 second can't understand, but he did it like 3 or 4 times at that point. I thought he was like, okay, you're going to make this your lap. I guess he heard me and started changing his mind. Bloody. Yeah. I swear these guys can hear me.
So Braden Johnson, man, look at him on the move in third. Joe Mitchell keeps looking down to the inside, and Lupe Gonzalez still trying to find a way by. Meanwhile, let's go back up front. Adam Baker, your leader, has got 39 laps led. Shane Papala sitting in second, about 6/10 back. Then we go to Braden Johnson, Joe Mitchell, Lupe Gonzalez, Kurt Davidson, Tom Clayton, and Mike Grandy, your top 8. Jeff Glockner, 9th. Ron Hollyfield, 10th. And Jay Felton in the garage.
So I was watching Papala and Baker, and for a while Papala was catching Baker. Quite handily, actually. And then all of a sudden, I think Baker just put his foot down and just... Yeah, he's now not only matched Papala's laps, he's beating him by a little bit.
Yeah, because he was 6/10 behind. Now he's 7. Now back straight 6s.
Yeah, he's not absurdly faster, but he just put the lead out just a little bit just to get himself out of a draft range. Papala made a little bit of time that lap, but it's like it doesn't make up the losses he just had to Baker.
Jumping inside with Lupe Gonzalez here, sitting in 5th.
I think Lupe's he's running a good race, but he might kick himself a little bit. He had an opportunity there to take either 1 or 2 positions, and now he's just sitting behind, running laps, trying to recatch Mitchell again. As for Johnson, he is running about the same lap speeds as Papala and Baker are, and Baker's now passing a lap car, or about to. Ron Hollifield, not John Hollifield.
Well, if you look, Lupe Gonzalez, that last lap, he was running the Kyle Larson line, man, way up at the wall.
Yeah, for the first couple of laps of this stage, everyone was doing that, which is very interesting because you're risking all those bumps up there, and you're probably losing as much time as you're gaining, but it might be better on the tires.
Even Adam Baker right now, we're sitting in with him with our leader, and he's way up in the top. Let's jump to the gyro cam.
Yeah, last lap Baker did lose 0.1 of a second to Papala, and Papala's pretty much almost in draft range now. If he can do another lap like that, he will be back in draft range of Baker. Yeah, he's still catching him a little bit. So we may have having a fight for the lead in the last 6 laps of the race. If Papala can catch him hard enough, but I don't think so. I think Baker's just keeping him at an arm's length here. As for the rest of the field, they're spread out. Everyone's in their position, everyone's fighting, but I think no one's going to really make a move in the last couple of laps unless someone really, really goofs.
Yeah, they're pretty single filed out right now. I mean, it looks like everybody's kind of got a little bit of distance between each driver. I don't really see anybody doing any side-by-side racing at the moment.
Yeah, Papala is slowly, every single lap, gaining, and once he gets in the draft range well enough, he may get a really good run, but he's only going to get 1 try. He's got 4 laps to try and make that count if he can catch him in time. One chance, one opportunity.
And that's it.
Mom spaghetti.
You see Adam Baker right now getting ready to put the 24 of Jeff Glockner a lap down. Oh, Baker's up into the wall.
And while that may not do much damage to the car, that definitely lost him a bit of time, and Pimpala is right there.
Yeah, he is right there closing in. We'll see if he's able to capitalize on it.
I think at this point, I can almost guarantee he's getting a bit of the draft out of that now.
But if you look at that, see, he gets a great run in right there going down on the inside, but
and then loses on the exit, yeah.
Yeah, he just can't keep up with Adam on the exit. Look at the way Adam just takes off right there.
I gotta say, like, I ain't no professional, but I think you want to be grabbing onto his draft right now, not diving in this early. It's just not close enough yet. He needs to get that draft, get right on him, and then dive on the last lap.
Yeah, because we're coming to 2 laps to go. I mean, there's not much time. It's now or never.
And again, he may be just trying to give Adam Baker let him know, I'm right here. You make one mistake, and I've got you.
2 laps, that time by. Adam Baker trying to hang on to the lead and the win here. 50 laps led. Shane Papala's right there.
Yeah, Baker suddenly changed up his strategy. He's now going to the inside line himself, so he's probably going for faster lines now. And more defensive to try and stop Papala.
Look at that run in he gets.
But then look at the exit that Baker gets. It's yin and yang. You gain on the entrance, you lose on the exit every time.
All right, white flag is out. This is it. It's now or never.
He's really trying. He's really going for it. One last quarter, 3 and 4. But I think.
Look at that dive. Look at. Oh man, he tried. Wow. Looked like.
So much. He did everything.
Looked like he was going to do a Carl Edwards there, man. That was a great run right there. Great effort on Shane Papala to try to get by him at that last run, man. Adam Baker.
He did everything. At that point, he gave every single part of the car for that. And just not quite enough, unfortunately.
Look at Adam Baker, 52 laps led, started 8th, going to take home the victory here, add another win to his belt.
He's going to burn what's left of those tires up.
Yep.
Definitely a bloody good run from Baker since the start. From the start, he was aggressive, and in the right place at the right time. Just kept taking positions and ended up in front.
What a run.
And when he got there, he did not give it back.
What a run. So Adam Baker, Shane Papala, and Braden Johnson, the top 3 here, man. Adam Baker with 52 laps led. We'll give these guys a couple of seconds to gather it up, and then we'll get some interviews going. I tell you what, that was a good run, man. I was really surprised to see Adam Baker actually hang on to it, and even Braden Johnson after being into the wall a couple of times, man. Just show you.
Yeah, I don't think they were really worried about that. Just more focused on just pure speed. Been a great race to watch for sure. These front 3-4 cars were just fighting it the whole way through. Joe Mitchell in 4th. He went back to last, back to 4th. Up to 2nd, then back to 4th. It's constant movement throughout the entire field.
Let me see if I can break into Braden Johnson and get a word in with him real quick. Where are we at? Oh, I almost went the wrong way. Hey, Braden Johnson, you got the SR broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Hey, man, great run out there, man. That number 3 must be doing you some good out there. We were telling D before the race, tell you not to hit the wall, and you hit the wall, man. I thought your night was going to be over. Did it upset the car a lot after that, or not too bad?
Yeah, I think it after probably the 5th or 6th time, but I'm surprised she didn't tell you that. I don't listen to nobody.
We kind of know that. And then, man, that incident with the brakes turning the car around like that, I was like, man, what happened? I thought, maybe mechanical issues, but you managed to save it. You got a third place finish out of here tonight, man. Not too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad run, and I ended up looping it because I thought the car was super tight, so only way I felt I could get it to turn on entry was to crank them brakes down, but when you're trying to stop with them, they're not very handy.
Yeah, not at all. So how was the car feeling out there? Did it feel tight? Did it feel loose, or a combination as the rubber went down?
It was just super tight to me the whole night, and not really a fan of a tight car, but I still went out there. I gave it my best.
Yeah, you did good, man. You got the first stage win, so you got a couple extra bonus points, 11 bonus points for that. You got some bonus points for leading the lap. Come home third should help you in the standings. You had a pretty good spot coming in tonight. You do got the one win to lock you in. I know you're looking for more wins, but I'll tell you what, man, you guys put on a great race here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I was not the result I was really looking for, but I'm happy to definitely be in the top 3, and it was a pretty good race, and I was happy to be here.
Well, you need to start listening to D and stay off the wall, brother.
You should tell me the opposite. That way, I just not listen to you, and I'll end up doing that.
Story of my life.
Hey, next week, Watkins Glen. I know you're pretty good on them road courses, man. We seen you Monday night in the road racing series at SoMo, man. Having a good run out of nowhere. How you feel you're gonna do with these cars at the Glen?
I love the Glen, and I love them cars, so I'm hoping that I do pretty well there. I'm happy with the success I've had in that series.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. You've been lighting them on fire on Monday nights, man, in the road racing series. So, hey, congratulations, man. I know it ain't the win, but it's a third place finish. You managed to take it home and finish up, man. That's great. Before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, and I'd like to give a shout out to the people in the booth that broadcasted this race for us. I'd like to give a shout out to SoMo for putting on these races for us to race in. Very good place to be. Shout out to my girlfriend for painting the cars. Shout out to my teammates who all had a good run. And shout out to my uncle for being my crew chief.
Awesome. All right, brother. I know it ain't the win, but a third place finish ain't bad. It'll carry you through, and we'll see you next week at Watkins Glen. And then tomorrow night, Pocono in the Cup Series. So good luck to you there.
Thank you very much, Paul.
All right. Have a good night, man.
You too.
All right. Let's get second place in. You want to do any talking or you want me to?
Nah, brother, you got it.
All right. Mr. Shane Papala, you got the SR booth. You got a copy.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, man, not a bad run here. You're taking home second. You got the second stage win. We seen you have a little bit of problems there with connection, some blinking and all, but other than that, how'd the car feel to you?
It was all right. It wasn't as good as it was about a month ago. It was way tighter this time around, but we were able to kind of figure a few things out and run the top 5, so it wasn't too bad of a night.
Yeah, we saw. I know. You had to take a provisional a little bit back. It puts you in a tie with Joe Mitchell coming into tonight's race. So I'm curious to see what the point standing is going to be. You do finish 2 positions ahead of Joe, so I'm gonna take a guess and say it'll probably put you back up to the front. Not a bad run here tonight, man. You had a lot of laps led. You do take it home second. Looked like you were starting to chase Adam down there at the end, just not enough.
Yeah, he could just cut the center so good, and I couldn't get it to turn down like he could, and he could accelerate off the corner. I couldn't figure out how to get it to do that, so I got close a couple times. I hit the wall once. That might have hit me back a little bit, but he was good tonight. It was hard to catch him.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. That last lap, we seen you dive it in there, man. I was like, oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. That was a nice slide, man. You kept it off him. You kept it off the wall, man. But that was a great effort right there. That last lap pass coming out of 4.
Yeah, if I had that lap back, I would have dialed a bunch more front brake into it. I had too much rear brake, hit it, and just slid up the track. So a little more front brake might have maybe made something stick, but I think he still would have got me.
Oh, not too bad though, man. You, like I said, you got the second stage win. You do take it home second. You started on the pole, so not too bad. Next week, Watkins Glen. You're gonna be running at the Glen.
Oh yeah, I'll be there. I just don't know where I'll be.
I hear you. All right, man. Well, listen. Congratulations, man. I know it ain't the win, but you got the most wins so far in this series. We were just talking about that coming into tonight's race. I believe you got 6 wins in this series, so you're leading in the wins for sure. It should be pretty interesting when we get to the chase and see how this is going to iron out for you guys, man, because some of you guys are just lightning fast, man, and just can't get away from each other. So definitely going to make it hard to get a champion this season.
Yeah, it's gonna be difficult for sure. The chase starts; those wins go out the window pretty much. So it's gonna be a battle, I think, between me, the 18, the 3, the 48. I think that'll be our top 4 at Homestead. So it should be a hell of a battle all the way to the finish.
Yeah. All right, man. Listen, before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank SoMo Racing League for putting on all of our races. You, Paul, you do a great job with everything, broadcasting, and all the admins here. And I'd like to thank Top City Travel for sponsoring our series. And of course, got to thank Coffee and Glitter Mom for sponsoring our car. And my beautiful wife for letting me have hobbies and enjoy myself here.
Awesome, bro. All right, man. We'll look for you next week at Watkins Glen. Congratulations on the second place finish and the second stage win, man. We'll see you then.
All right, Paul. Thank you.
All right. All right. That was second place, Shane Papala, driver of the number 89. Him and Joe Mitchell were tied 1,019 points each coming in, tied for first place. So going to be pretty cool to see how this shakes out. He does finish 2 positions ahead of Joe Mitchell. So I'm going to guess he'll probably get a couple extra points over Joe and maybe put him back in that top spot. But let's get a word in with our winner here, Adam Baker. Adam Baker, you got the SR booth up here. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, dude, I don't know, man. 52 laps led. You started 8th. Looked like you had a little bit of trouble there for, a little bit. Got up into the wall a few times. But, man, you managed to keep that car out front. How was your night?
It's kind of all over the place. I felt really, really fast in that first stage, and I was able to catch up to Braden and make a couple passes. It's just so hard to pass here. If somebody's on your outside, it's tough to keep the car down, and sometimes there's a little bit of rubbing involved, but it was pretty fun. And then second stage was going well. Got a little help from behind, and luckily saved the car and was able to hold on to third place for that stage. And tried some tire strategy there at the end. Took 2 tires, and it paid off. I was able to kind of pull away. I knew Shane was going to be coming. It looked like he had been saving at the beginning of that last run, and I knew he was coming, and he started making some pretty bold moves there going to the low side in turn 3, and I knew I just basically had to run my high line and it was going to work out. But he got really, really close there at the end, and that was a little scary, but it just worked out tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. We've seen a lot of everything here tonight. You and Kurt Davidson side by side. You on the inside, man, for lap after lap. I don't know how you managed to keep that car down there in the low side and not burn those tires up, man. Did a great job with that. That last lap, we saw Shane Papala looked like he was going to pull a Carl Edwards, man. And, man, we saw him dive that sucker in there and slide it up the track. Luckily, no contact. But, man, I know you had been watching that mirror.
Oh yeah, I thought he was gonna get me. He completely disappeared out of my mirror for a second, and then when he reappeared, he was like probably inches off my bumper. So it was pretty scary. But regarding what you said about racing side by side with Kurt, yeah, that was tight racing. We definitely made contact a few times. Probably my fault most of the time. So apologies to him if it messed him up at all. But it's definitely hard to do that here, to run side by side, and I like running the bottom, but I like having the whole track to be able to do it. And it was working for that first stage, but it didn't really work for any other part of the race as the track heated up.
Yeah, we were watching you guys go side by side, man, and it looked like while you were down in the low line, he was trying to keep you down there, and then a little bit later on, looked like you were trying to keep him up high. We didn't know which way it was going to go, but I tell you what, you did a great job keeping that car alive down on that bottom line. We've seen a lot of guys down there tonight try doing some moves on the bottom, and the tires just didn't like it, and they end up having to drop back. But you get out of here, man, with 52 laps led from an 8th place start. Not a bad night at all, man. Another win to throw in there and head towards the chase. Next week, we're going to be at Watkins Glen in these cars. How you feel about going to the Glen?
I love that track. It's my home track, and I ran pretty well there last year in these cars. I think Keith pretty much dominated that race, but I found something at the end of it, and we've run there a few times since in different cars, and I just keep getting a better handle on it, and really looking forward to that race.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a great race, man. I can't wait to get that one going. But before we let you get out of here and go celebrate, man, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys up there in the booth at SR Broadcasting for putting on these great races. I'd like to thank all the admins for managing the league and keeping everybody straight, and the other drivers for racing with respect. It was a ton of fun tonight, as usual. I'd like to thank the sponsor for the series, Top City Travel. I'd like to also thank our other sponsors, and I'd like to thank my teammates at MB Motorsports and all the fans that came out and watched.
Awesome, bro. And tomorrow night, you'll be in the Cup cars at Pocono Raceway, so good luck to you there, man.
All right, thank you.
All right, have a good night. Congratulations on the win, man. Go celebrate, and we'll look for you next week at the Glen.
All right, thanks.
All right, that was Adam Baker. Your winner here comes out with 52 laps led, man. I mean, dude, that was just crazy, but a lot of fun, man.
Like I said, he's aggression incarnate, man. he was just pushing.
Oh, what were we supposed to call him? No rotate or what? What was that?
Rotation, yes.
Yeah.
Rotation Baker.
We forgot about that. Yeah, we got to get him the next time, man.
I'll remember it.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go over some stuff here and then pack it up and get out of here. Got an early morning tomorrow and a long, busy day. So the race summary we got at TopCityTravel.com B-Series. We had 8 lead changes, 3 cautions. 2 of them were for stages. 1 was for an actual caution. Adam Baker starts 8th, gets out of here winning with 52 laps led. We had Braden Johnson take the stage 1 and Shane Papala take stage 2. Let's throw up the points again real quick. Joe Mitchell and Shane Papala were tied for first coming into tonight's race with 1,019 points. So I'm curious to see where this is going to put them on the way out. But next week,
it's obvious that Papala will get something. It's obvious he's going to get a lead of some description, but how much we don't know.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess probably about like maybe 6 points, 6 or 8 points. But Joe's just gonna come back and fight back again. Maybe not next week because I don't think Joe likes the Glen all that much. But when we get back to a regular circuit, I think Joe is gonna go full force, try to get that lead back because I know he would like to have the lead going into the final race for the chase. Although it really won't matter, but it's just, a pride thing, you know what I mean, to be able to say you got it. But I'll tell you what, man, great race here tonight. Lost my trend. Tomorrow night, SoMo Racing will be live on both of broadcasting in the Cup cars at Pocono Raceway. Stages will be at 15 and 30. Should be a pretty good race. They raced there last night in the Truck Series. It was a good race. Sunday night is the Short Track Series. Monday night is the Road Series. And then live right here on SR Broadcasting on Saturday night, GFRL at, I believe, is going to be Pocono for 100 laps. That'll be live right here, 8:45, so tune in for that. Let's go over the results here, and then we'll pack it up and get out of here. Sound good?
Hell yeah, man.
All right, Adam Baker is your winner. He's going to take home first with 52 laps led. Shane Papala finishes second. Braden Johnson will take home third. Joe Mitchell finishes fourth. Lupe Gonzalez with a fifth place finish. Kurt Davidson will take sixth. Seventh is Tom Clayton. Eighth is Mike Grandy. Ninth goes to Jeff Glockner. Ron Hollyfield rounds out your top 10. Jay Felton will finish 11th, and Travis Wall will finish 12th. And that's all we got here from Iowa. All right, Wingnut, once again, man, I appreciate you taking your time out of your mornings. You're over in Australia, man, morning time. I know you got a lot of things on your plate, and definitely appreciate you coming in and doing this with me, man. I enjoy your company. I enjoy listening to you call the race, man, and it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, man, that was great. That was a fun one.
Alrighty, so until next week, everybody be safe, and we'll be back live on Saturday night with GFRL 8:45, and next week at the Glen. Till then, peace, everybody.